Why do some people reject the idea of God? Why would anyone choose to believe there is no creator behind the universe, life, and consciousness? These questions are more complicated than they seem. At first glance, people say they don't see any evidence for God. They think the universe can be explained without him. But is that really the whole story? Let's look closer. Let's question this with honesty and depth. If you're willing to reflect, you might find that atheism is rarely about no evidence and more about the human heart. Some people see faith as childish. They think it's something you grow out of, like believing in fairy tales. But why do so many intelligent adults still believe? Throughout history, some of the greatest minds believed in God. Scientists, philosophers, artists, thinkers who shaped civilization. Faith and reason are not enemies, they're partners. Islam doesn't ask for blind belief. The Quran repeatedly calls people to reflect, think, observe, and question. It values reason as a path to truth. Quran 3:190-191. Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth are signs for those of understanding. The universe itself is evidence for the careful observer. Some say, I only believe what I can see. But that's a limited view of reality. You can't see gravity or love, but you see their effects. We trust so many unseen things. The wind, emotions, even the subatomic particles that make up everything. Reality is more than what the eye can see. Islam explains God as unseen but not absent. His signs are everywhere, woven into existence. Beauty, order, consciousness, morality, none of these make sense without a source. Quran 6:103. Vision perceives him not, but he perceives all vision. He is subtle, all aware, beyond human limitations. Some reject God because they think science has made him unnecessary. They say, we have evolution, we have physics. We don't need God, but science describes how things work. It doesn't explain why they exist at all. The laws of physics themselves beg for explanation. Where did the laws come from? Why do they work so precisely? Why is there something rather than nothing? Some people avoid these questions. They're comfortable with partial answers. But the biggest questions remain. Islam encourages asking those big questions. It doesn't shy away from them. It claims to hold the answers. Quran 21:30 have those who disbelieved not considered that the heavens and the earth were a joined entity, and we separated them. This verse aligns with the Big Bang written 1400 years ago. Coincidence or sign? The Quran says truth is timeless. Others reject God because of evil and suffering. They ask, how can a loving God allow pain? It's a powerful emotional question. Many who reject God are not truly convinced atheists. They are wounded believers. They prayed for something and felt ignored. They lost someone they loved. They saw injustice, cruelty, war. Islam doesn't deny the reality of suffering. It explains that life is a test. Hardship refines us, reveals character, and teaches us dependence on God. Quran 2:155-156. We will surely test you, but give good tidings to the patient. Suffering isn't meaningless, sits a teacher. Others say religion is just for the weak. They claim belief is a crutch for those who can't handle reality. But faith is not weakness. It's recognition of truth. True faith requires humility and courage. It's easier to deny God than to surrender. Easier to live without accountability than to admit we have limits. Quran 96 to 6 to 7 inches indeed. Man transgresses because he sees himself self-sufficient. Pride blinds us to our need. Some reject God because they want complete freedom. No rules, no boundaries, no one to answer to. But does freedom mean doing anything without consequence? Or does real freedom mean aligning with truth? Islam teaches that submission to God frees us from slavery to our desires, from addiction, ego, greed, injustice. Quran 39-53. Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, Atiyah, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. The door to return is always open. Some see the hypocrisy of religious people and blame God. They see corruption, war, greed done in His name. But human failure doesn't negate God's existence. Bad messengers don't prove the message false. Quran 5:32. Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he had slain all mankind. Islam condemns violence and oppression. True Islam calls for justice, mercy, humility, and truth. It doesn't justify cruelty or exploitation. Some say religion is just cultural. They believe people adopt what they're taught. But atheism, too, is taught. Worldviews are inherited, shaped by family, media, education. Real seekers question everything. Quran 17:36. Do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge. Islam calls for sincere investigation. Others claim they see no evidence for God. But what counts as evidence is the fine-tuning of the universe, not evidence. The complexity of DNA. The moral sense shared by humanity. Islam says creation itself is a sign. Order demands orderer. Design demands designer. Quran 51 to 21 inches, and on the earth are signs for those with certainty. And in yourselves do you not see? Some want God to prove Himself on their terms. They demand miracles in the sky. But would they truly believe even then? History shows people witnessed miracles and still denied. Faith can't be forced. Quran 18:29. The truth is from your Lord. So whoever wills, let him believe. And whoever wills, let him disbelieve. God doesn't coerce belief. He gives evidence, signs, but preserves free will. Some reject God because He feels abstract. They want something physical. Yet ultimate reality is often unseen. We don't see consciousness itself, we experience it. We don't see gravity, we see its pull. Islam says God is Ghani, the free of need. He depends on nothing, but everything depends on Him. Quran 112 to 1-4. Say He is Allah. The one, Allah, the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born. And there is none comparable to Him. Humans need meaning. We long for purpose. Even those who deny God seek something to live for. Atheism often replaces God with ideologies, politics, pleasure, work. But these are temporary, limited, and ultimately unfulfilling. Islam says the soul knows its creator, even if buried under layers of pride, pain, or distraction. Quran 7 to 172. Am I not your Lord? They said, yes, we testify. This covenant lives in us all. Some simply don't care. Life is busy, noisy, full of distractions. Spiritual questions seem irrelevant. But death is certain. The question of God is inescapable. Sooner or later, we must face it. Quran 67:2. He who created death and life to test you as to which of you is best indeed. Life is not a game. For those willing to think deeply, the evidence is there. For those determined to deny, no proof will ever be enough. Atheism is often less about evidence and more about the heart. Pride, fear, hurt. Islam doesn't hate atheists. It understands them. It invites them to think sincerely. Because in the end, God doesn't need us. He is absolutely free of need. We are the ones who need Him. Every breath, every heartbeat, every hope depends on Him. Denying that truth doesn't change it. The Quran invites reflection, honesty, humility. It calls us back to reality. We encourage you, don't dismiss these questions. Don't run from them. Reflect, ask, seek answers with an open mind. We have many other videos exploring these questions, science and scripture, good and evil, angels and jinn, the soul and the afterlife. We cover what many fear to ask, because all truth leads back to God. If this video challenged you, let us know. Comment below. Share your thoughts, even your doubts. Like, subscribe, and join us on this journey. Let's keep asking, keep seeking, because in the end, all truth leads to God.